Oye, te hablo desde la prisión. Wilson Manyoma.
We never slid over. Move over.
I'm slid.
You're slid. I'm sliding.
Sliding.
Masters and None, episode 95, and we are live.
9-5.
9-5, and it's Monday, and we got a special guest back here again to hold us down on the production.
Producer
and that's,
Twiz.
as you know, it is Twizzy himself. Is the lower third not working?
Lower third is not working.
That's all good.
It's all right.
It's all good.
It's all good, man. It might be a little delayed, but that's all good. So shout out to everybody that's already in the chat, man.
Facts.
Everybody that's already in, man. We appreciate you guys. Just give us that thumbs up. We're going to let some people get some time to jump in here, too. Yeah, man. So big shout out to everybody except for Amber Heard.
Oh, for rip?
Because Amber Heard is a complete and total lying loser. So we're just going to let that sit right there, you know, because I'm not really a fan of that, I got to say. If I'm being completely honest. If I'm being completely honest, that's how I feel. So, and also shout out to my boy Ryan. He's going to be coming on here soon to talk about his business, Great South Bay Charters, which if you guys are looking to get yourselves a good time this summer, once this weather gets nice, you can book his charter service. Boat is fire.
Message.
Yeah. Boat is fire.
Boat is fire.
And
Quaggy thing.
yeah, man, you can check out Great South Bay Charters on what's good, Juan, in the chat. You can check out Great South Bay Charters on Instagram, and you guys will be able to see like the services they provide and stuff like that. And it's a real good time, man. I book them every summer.
I'm gonna be honest with you. This might be the summer of the boats, man.
Bro, it's
This might be the summer on the water.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. Ever since the Shman Shmemi ended.
Yeah, yep. Yo, listen, I'm telling you that yo, listen, and you know, a lot of people don't. Let me not say that. I think, me personally, I don't play with water. You know what I'm saying? I don't play with water. I don't. You know, my kids love the beach. You know,
You're like an old iPhone model.
Yeah, bro. I'm like, don't put me near the water. Don't put me near.
You're like an iPhone 3.
Listen, I'll go to the beach. You know what? If you get me to the beach, I'll go to the beach. But I'm staying far away from the water. I'll only go in if my kids want me to go. Daddy, I'll go and do that. But other than that, bro, don't. I'm not getting on nothing. I went fishing for the first time, like as an adult. Not last summer. I think the summer prior.
Yeah.
And bro, if you could have saw me on this boat, just since we talking about boat, yo, bro. First off, when it hits the wave, it like launches, and I was standing straight up, and I was like mid sentence, and it dipped, and my body said, "Whew." Yo, I did a squat in the middle, of a mid sentence. I just squatted. I'm like, yo, bro, are you kidding me right now? Like, you know what I mean? What's going on?
Yeah.
But anyways, like we were talking about Amber Heard. Let's.
Yeah.
I got a question.
What's your question about Amber Heard? Amber Turd. What's your question?
See, that's it. Right to the point. So
now, Justin's showing his bias.
Yeah.
So I'm here as a neutral person.
There we go.
You know, I'm here the neutral.
See.
All right, go ahead.
All right. So
This man's stuck in neutral over here. Let's see what you got.
So here's my question.
Yes.
I'm gonna play the neutral. I have my own opinions of Amber.
Oh, okay.
Continue to it.
So do we first off? Do we really believe somebody has the audacity to take a shit on somebody's bed and think it's funny?
Bro, she the security guard testified and said that she admitted to him that it was a terrible prank gone horribly wrong.
Honestly, the real victim here is the dog. Because that's who got blamed for it. I'm sure Johnny walked around the house drunk, kicking that dog at least 3 or 4 times a week. Undoubtable. He's definitely geeked up at 4 a.m, walks past that dog and just gives it a quick bark.
Don't you dare accuse that man. Don't you dare accuse that man of kicking that little. That's not the size dog you could kick and it lives.
No, you're right.
You kick that dog.
Wait, what does he have? Like a little shit?
He has a little Yorkie.
That's what made it hysterical.
He has a teacup Yorkie?
Bro, they're like little 3-pound dogs. That's
Yeah.
what made it so absurd that she said it was the dog. This turd was like this. It was this big.
It was huge, bro. It was a 6-pound shit.
Yeah. Clearly human. You know? But we don't know whose it is.
You know who did it?
Who?
Same person that's here. Same
person that's shitting in my complex.
Yeah.
Let's let that go.
Yeah,
You know,
if you guys didn't listen to our previous podcast, there's a stranger shitting in Justin's
the phantom shitter.
in our complex, in the parking lot. Somebody taking human shits out there. I'm going to get to the bottom of this.
which is the weirdest thing. We're not going to get back
Yeah, let's
into
not
it.
get-
We've
yeah,
already
yeah.
discussed
Yeah,
this in
yeah.
full length. And just know that we're on the job.
Yeah, we're on the job.
We were both recently at said location doing a real proper investigation, and we're going to keep you guys updated as we progress.
Goddamn right. Subscribe to the, follow our YouTube, our Instagram, and subscribe to the YouTube channel so you can get real-time updates.
Live updates on the said shitter. In addition to this update, I was watching this Florida sheriff give an update on a case, and I've seen like many of this counties like sheriff report outs or whatever I don't know what they call them, debriefings, because they're always all over the internet for whatever reason. I don't know if it's because they just always say some crazy shit.
Oh, it's Florida,
but it's only crazy to New York.
Yeah, so I'll play it. It's under the one I told you on. Yeah. And we're gonna listen to it. Let me put the volume up.
And what is this exactly? This is just him giving an update about.
Okay, yeah. I'm sorry. A little bit of context. There was a guy who's, for lack of a better term, he's like a serial burglar.
He's like a career criminal.
Career criminal. That's the word I'm looking for. He's a career criminal. And he was. The cops were chasing him. He was running through people's houses, running through people's yards.
He was breaking into people's houses. Every time he would get into a new yard, he was breaking into people's houses before the police were called. He had a criminal record since he was 13 years old. He's had 17 plus arrests, this guy. So, just to paint the picture, this isn't Mr. Rogers.
So he's a villain. That's what it is. He's a super villain.
I'm not going to call him a villain, but he definitely just came home for doing 6.5 years, and now he's back at it.
6.5 joints.
So he's like, okay, I'm painting the picture.
Gotcha.
He goes into one of the houses, running from the cops, and he tries to jump out. He goes into one of the houses, and the homeowner shoots at him. Ooh. Doesn't hit him. He jumps out of a window, gets away, so on and so forth. And the cops caught him. They found him in somebody's house, and they charged him with a bunch of charges. But more importantly, this is a clip from the debriefing that I just thought was super interesting, and we'll discuss why after.
I bet.
As to the person, we don't know which homeowner shot at him. I guess they think that they did something wrong, which they did not. If somebody's breaking in your house, you're more than welcome to shoot them in Santa Rosa County. We prefer that you do, actually. So whoever that was, you're not in trouble. Come see us. We have a gun safety class we put on every other Saturday, and if you take that, you'll shoot a lot better, and hopefully you'll save the taxpayers money. So, questions?
Questions?
Yeah, I got a question. When can I move there?
Can we get this guy over here?
Yo,
can we get this guy over here?
and we prefer you do.
Yeah.
Save the taxpayers some money.
Yeah, bro, that's the shit. Don't run up in nobody's house.
No,
bro.
And you won't get plucked.
In New York, they'll arrest you for shooting that guy.
Yeah.
Yo, OD, definitely. And you know what the funny part is, man? My man he straight up just said, listen, up that thing.
Yeah.
Imagine it was New York slang on there. He was like, yo, listen, B. Yo, son, run up in your spot, man. Yo, up that thing on him.
Yeah,
up the blicky on him.
Right?
It's crazy because they talk about he essentially tells him like, yo, come over here, we'll show you how to use that thing, and next time you'll kill him.
Yep.
Yeah. There was a guy I don't know if it was the same sheriff, but there was somebody else like that because there was just the shooting recently on Long Island of some kids were like playing, I guess they were playing like Ding Dong Ditch, something like that. Oh, yeah. And and then they were in the backyard of this guy's house, banging on the door at 9:00 at night. So some guy lets one off through the door with a shotgun and hits this guy in the arm, and he runs off. Turns out it was a 14-year-old kid doing some stupid shit in somebody's backyard. Damn. And, everybody's like kind of up in arms about it, or they're like, how could he do that? Why are you tugging on the back door? This guy's like in his 60s. This is an older man. His wife was terrified. Yeah. She's the one that went and got him and said somebody's trying to get in the backyard, trying to get into the back door. So one of those guys down south, one of those commissioners or one of those sheriffs said, why don't you come on down here? We'll teach you how to shoot better. Next time, you won't miss. Next time, he ain't gonna be running off. And I love that. I love that mentality. That's just like, you should be able to protect. The castle doctrine is there for a reason, bro. We just don't have that in New York.
You can't just like, how can you,
bro? You know what that reminds me of?
What?
That reminds me of Dave Chappelle when he said, "Oh, so you want that bird shot?" He said, "That won't kill a man."
When he went to buy the gun, right?
Yeah, in his stand up, he said that won't kill a man. He said, but it's with that buckshot, he said so it's bird shot, and then after that, the gun's Jamaican. buckshot. Something like that.
Yeah, bro.
Yo, have you dying, man.
that funny.
You know what it is? I think, especially like us being here, I think a lot of people don't realize, like, you go to a different state and try that. They don't play that, man. Like,
No.
you try to run up in somebody's yard and you know, it's terrible that the youth, and I was a youth, and I'll even give you guys a quick story. One time I was ding dong ditching with one of my mans, and my mans went to drop kick the front door and broke the door open and landed inside their main hallway, and there was like 6 people having dinner, and they jumped up and was like, all you heard was cursing, what the fuck is going? And then, yo, when I say we boogied, gone. But now just imagine he had drop kicked that door and fell into a hallway full of killers.
Who the fuck is your man's?
Yo, chill, bro.
Jackie Chan,
Nah,
bro?
No face, no case.
Wait,
God
his
damn.
man's kicked in the door.
Yeah.
Drop
Waving the 4-4?
Yo, bro.
No.
Drop kick.
Unarmed. Damn, that's fucking scary.
Yeah, don't do
bro.
that, guys.
No,
Yeah,
don't do that. You might just kick a faulty door and open that shit, and
I'll
you might
tell
be
you-
surprised.
Yo.
You know what best case scenario is?
Huh.
The dog gets you, because that's something you can't like.
True.
You can't run out. You could run out of the house and chase after somebody, and maybe not catch them. You ain't out running the dog.
No, you're not outrunning the dog at all.
Listen, bro, I'm a Olympic.
You're not out
gate
running the dog.
jumper.
I don't want to hear.
No,
it.
I'm an Olympic gate jumper. I'll be over that gate before that dog won't even know what hit him. I'm
Yeah,
out.
you better
You
hope
ain't-
it's not one of them German dogs or them Belgian
Nah,
Malinois.
those
or something like that.
Dobermans?
Bro, I'll tell you right now, you ain't outrunning my dog.
Oh, probably not. Oh no, listen,
I swear
my
you
goal-
won't even get to the fence, bro.
Listen,
You're not even
no.
gonna get to the fence.
Yeah, all right. I might not get to the fence, but if I do, that dog ain't never gonna see me again. I promise you.
Yeah,
That.
you better hurdle it.
You ain't.
Oh, what?
You better hurdle it,
Man, I don't even touch the fence.
bro.
I
You ain't
floor it.
outrunning the dog, bro. I don't want to hear it, bro.
Nah.
No, everybody swears. The dog, they're animals. You know what I'm saying? It's different. It's like when people think that they could get past like a drug dog, like the ones that smell. It's like you
Yeah.
ain't beating one of those things.
True.
It's
Nah.
very rare that somebody gets past one of those dogs.
If at all.
True.
Yeah.
Like I'll tell you right now, you're better off getting down and pretending you're trying to play with my dog.
Yeah.
You're better off just laying on the ground and making like type of noises. Because
Dude, those working dogs are crazy, bro. You ever seen the ones at the airport? They got the ones, and they all do different shit. They don't have like different jobs. They all got one job, you know. The one that sniffs for cocaine doesn't sniff for marijuana, you know. They got them that sniff for money. They got them to sniff for bombs. Those dogs find everything, bro. They literally have the dog that finds money just to find out if you're bringing more than the allotted amount of money, so that way you don't have to pay taxes on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they
What's
find
it,
money
10
on
grand?
people.
I don't know. Never mind.
I think it's $10,000, but I guess it's probably depending on where you're going, right?
Yep.
yeah, Jesus Christ, man. I didn't even know they had money sniffing dogs.
They got money sniffing dogs?
No wonder them dogs never fuck with me.
Bro.
'Cause I ain't got none.
Isn't it weird how when the dogs come up to you at the airport, you automatically, like in your mind, kind of panic, like, "Damn, did I bring something with me that I shouldn't have brung?" Like, no matter, even though you know there's nothing on you, like you know, did I bring fireworks from
Yeah.
last year's 4th of July party? Did I wear those shorts today?
Right?
You know,
Sometimes I kind of want to hit, if I don't have a flight, like if I'm not actually going somewhere, I'd like to go there with like a bunch of salami in my pocket. And just turn that place upside down.
bro, I'm telling you right now, if you get caught, there's meat dogs too. You know that, right? Because there's a lot of countries that you can't bring meat into.
Yep.
You can't just be bringing meat and vegetables into different countries.
Nah, you can't.
Now you introduce like, insects
Yeah,
or
you
bacteria.
get that fucking. That's how you get that Peruvian flying fucking bat
Malamute.
fly. Yeah, or some weird shit.
Oh, yeah,
And you get that shit in the middle of the Bronx, and then it takes over.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
and then it's a wrap. But you just went down it. This guy's been down this YouTube wormhole.
Yes.
Of people just getting caught like in customs trying to bring like flowers and shit through.
Facts.
They'll find like a little 6-year-old in their carry-on, and they're like, "What the hell is this? Whose kid is this?"
Yeah.
All kinds of shit.
Justin's absolutely correct. I did fall into a wormhole not too long ago where I was watching like UK customs.
Nice.
It was like UK and Canada, bro. These guys ain't working hard enough.
You don't got to hold that thing, right? That thing kind of just stands up on its own.
Nah, let my man's get his.
This is how I rock, bro.
Let my man's get his.
All right.
This is my style.
I just wasn't sure if you knew or not.
Are you trying to take my individualism away from me?
Yo, he's an individual. All right.
I gotta put my hands down to the side like you have them.
Hey, yo, listen, nah.
The big G doesn't worry about how you hold your mic.
You're right. I'm sorry.
Listen.
Yeah, you
I
are.
got a question for you guys. Since we were talking about my man's and he set up that thing. You guys do know that there was a Supreme Court case like in New York where they were trying to say that we should have, I don't know if it was concealed carry or open carry or something like that. Like there was a court case, like they really took it up there. I don't know what followed, but I do know it was a very recent thing.
It exists. It's just very hard to get.
Well, no, but I'm talking about like for example, if you go to North Carolina, you go to a 48-hour like class or something like that, bro, and then that's it. You open carry, you keep that thing on you right on your waistband, and can't nobody say nothing to you. And if you got to up it, you got to up it.
There's not. It's unconstitutional, literally unconstitutional to have the like the regulations that they have against gun ownership in New York.
Yeah,
like that's not even allowed. Like this way, there's other places you go, you just walk in there, and if you're like over 18, you just buy whatever firearm you want.
Yep.
And like you're going to the hobby store. It's the same kind of thing. It's like in New York, for some reason, they just think they have the right to like violate the Second Amendment and just make you jump through all these hoops to be able to get your hands on a pistol. They'll only give it to you if you check off like sports shooting or like target shooting. Yep. If you type off like if you check off like home defense or for like your dwelling or something, they'll just deny your application. Yep. You have to wait like a year. Yep. Mandatory like wait time. You know, you have to jump through hoops to get your weapon. You know, it's just like, it's crazy. And I don't even know, I don't know if this is 100% true. We should really get a lawyer on here and like ask him about it. But I can't even find any real laws that say that you can't open carry in Suffolk County.
I think you're actually right.
They just recklessly arrest you.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. I think there was nothing written in Suffolk County about open carry or something like that. But I know they were taking it up. I haven't followed it. I did look it up, a little while back, but I just think it's interesting, because at a time like this where you got somebody saying like, yo, if somebody comes in and tries to get at you, or tries to rob you, let me say that, tries to rob you, defend your home, defend yourself. And we live in an area where, suburban like area where people, may or may not be interested in burglarizing a home or two, or even robbing a home or two if they believe you have anything valuable. And we don't necessarily have, if you have a pistol in your house and you shoot somebody with the pistol, guess what? You're going to jail, buddy.
Yeah, even if you shoot them with a legal long gun, if you shoot them with a shotgun or you shoot them with a rifle, there's going to be a legitimate investigation, and you're going to be criminalized. Like that guy got charged with like aggravated assault with a weapon. The guy that shot that dude trying to get in his back door.
The guy that broke into his yard.
The guy, he was trying to get into the back door. They say he was playing like Ding Dong Ditch, which I'm sure he was.
Who plays Ding Dong Ditch on the back door?
That's what I'm saying.
No, that sounds like a robbery going on to me.
They said he was yanking on the door, like that. Now
that's not even a part of the game.
No, it's not a part of the game. But you play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
Yeah.
But I did want to touch on Amber Heard again.
I was just gonna say let's.
I want to. Yeah. So she apparently fired her entire press team.
Yep.
Her whole PR team. Which. I guess I can understand her wanting to do so, but this press is not controllable by them. What are they supposed to do? Like, this is you lying, and this is people interpreting all your bullshit, and then they're just talking about it.
She wants somebody who's gonna, massage this and manipulate this in a way that she looks favorable, that she looks like not like a psychopath that shits in the bed,
what's crazy,
and then blames it on the dog. And real quick, not to cut you off, but and I don't know if you guys agree with this or don't agree with this, but it seems like she's not going to be one of these people who escape from the cancel culture, because currently there's petitions to like get her off of the new Aquaman. There's like a petition online that has like 3 million signatures to remove her from the new Aquaman.
Get out of here. To like edit her out like they did Kevin Spacey.
Yeah.
Wow.
Crazy, right? She's like losing job. Like, listen, I get it. I'm not saying she should never work again or she shouldn't have a job but it's like she's a domestic abuser.
I think she should be incarcerated if this comes out to be completely untrue. This is the kind of stuff that will damage a man's reputation for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
Like, you can't do that. Like, same people that like falsely accuse men of like sexual assault, I think you should be incarcerated for that.
I agree.
I think you should do jail time. I think you should do the same amount of jail time if the person really did it, as that person would have done.
Yeah.
Like, let's say if he really assaulted her and like beat her up or something, let's say that would carry a sentence of like a 1 to 3. She should face a 1 to 3 if she's found to be lying.
Yeah.
Like that is crazy. Like you can't just be going out and saying that somebody's beating you up. You see that in the case it came out that she was that she had faked a broken nose. She said he headbutted her and she faked a broken nose with nail polish.
That's crazy.
What?
Oh, yeah. She
Bro, isn't that crazy? Can you imagine being Johnny and being like, what the this fucking girl's crazy.
Yeah, and you know him, he's all weird. He's like, and I placated the scenario. I said, let me see. Are you all right? Like, let me look. And she wouldn't let him look. And he's like, and then after it was done, she said, way to go, Johnny. You broke my freaking nose or something like that. So then he waits and then he goes in the garbage and the tissue she was using just has nail polish on it. The one that she was using to like cover her nose and shit. And I was like, oh my God. I was like,
fucking weirdo, bro.
she's a psycho, but she's been leveraging people and taking advantage of men. It's just, there's too many of these. I got to be honest with you. Like, I love Johnny Depp. He's done incredible films. But, bro, you got to man up and stop being a little beta herb.
You got to get yourself the fuck out of there.
Yeah,
early.
get out of there.
When you see things like that happening, there was a lot of signs that there must have been like 6 warnings. You don't just get to a chick saying that you headbutt her when you didn't really and you broke her nose like overnight. You know?
True.
There's a couple things that happened before that. I'm sure she's jumped out the car before because that's the kind of behavior that women that do that would also do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just be like, you know what? Fuck you, pull over, and then just don't even give you an opportunity to pull over, jump out the whip. You know what I'm saying? And
It's
talk
like a
about you
roll.
push them out.
You know a woman that did that? That's kind of crazy.
I know
Jumping out
somebody
of
that
a
jumped out of
moving,
a car. Yes,
jumping out of a moving vehicle, a
moving
female.
vehicle. Yep.
Really? Was she being kidnapped?
Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to hit the gas
Wasn't
on
going
that.
fast. She survived.
Just rolled a little road rash.
Yeah, I wasn't there. I was told this story secondhand.
So allegedly.
Allegedly, she jumped out of a car while I was moving. This is
Oh
not
my-
highway speeds or anything like
Yeah,
that.
listen, this is
like,
how this starts. We
Yeah, I'm
cannot
picturing-
defame this young lady.
Yeah, I'm picturing the LIE right now.
No.
All right,
This
so
person wasn't even hurt.
She wasn't hurt. Really? Was she a stunt person?
I have no idea.
She jumps out of a moving
I
vehicle.
knew one person. They were in an argument. She was like, "Oh, pull over," and then like as he's about to pull over, she just jumps out the car, and she's like, "You pushed me out of the car."
Wow.
Whoa. Oh,
That's
yeah.
crazy.
While you're driving, you opened up the door and shoved me. You reached across me,
Yep.
opened up the door, and proceeded to shove me out of a moving vehicle. I'm telling you, men can do anything.
Yeah,
I'm telling
but-
you right now, the capabilities of a man is unbelievable. To be able to redo all that, good for him.
But
Hey,
we're
listen,
also in a
this-
society where that same person that I'm talking about, like, they're made up within like 45 minutes in the back seat fucking, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Wait, what?
Yeah.
I was reading the chat. Say that again.
Yo, this is sick.
No, it's 100% true.
Yeah. I mean, that's another thing. I guarantee that Amber Heard throws down something crazy the first time.
Oh.
And these dudes are just spinning in a circle because they just can't get themselves together. I mean, come on, guys. For this many guys, I mean, come on, Elon Musk.
What's the story with Elon Musk? Because I heard that he was just throwing money at her. What's going on with her and Elon?
He was like apparently her man after Johnny Depp. Like it kind of overlapped or something like that, like slightly after. But his name came out because she was making these contributions to this charity, to like, what is it, the ACLU, right? Which is the Association of Civil Liberties Union or something like that. So she wanted to make contributions there. So she like pledged like $1.3 million or something that she was going to give them. Of course, none of it was her money. So she's pimping these dudes to get this money. She gets $500,000 from Elon Musk.
Nice.
Donates it in her own name.
Oh.
Gets $100,000 from Johnny Depp. Gets donated in her name. Like they were literally they were the accountant like for the ACLU at the time is a guy that they were cross-examining. He's sitting there and he's literally just throwing the figures out there of how much that was being contributed on her behalf, but not by her, by other people.
That's so nice of her.
You know, and it's like it's so crazy that she was able to get this much from these guys.
What a humanitarian.
You know, I'm just thinking to myself, like, yo, how are you guys this is what happens when you're this rich and this far removed from reality that just you don't recognize a scamming ass hoe when you see one.
You know what the truth is that he's been famous for so long that he lives a different life.
Completely.
Like, he's probably used to people just. That's why he has like this. Where the fuck is he from? Where's that accent from?
Who? Elon
Johnny
Musk?
Depp.
Oh, nah, he's from I think he's from Kentucky. He's from
Why the
Louisville.
fuck does he talk like that?
Yo,
I
bro,
don't know.
He talks like he studied abroad. All right. He talks like he's not from here, right?
Yeah.
And I can't even put my finger on it. I don't even know where the fuck he's from. He says because he almost sounds English until the English guy comes up and it's like, well, that's not English, huh? That's not Australian. And it's not New Zealand. Where the fuck is this guy from?
What does he do?
Yeah.
He sounds like he's from Hogwarts. Where the fuck is this guy's accent from? I can't pinpoint it. And I'm kind of decent with accents.
Bro, I think it just comes from, it's a fusion of just being an actor for so long. You got to lose who you really are.
Oh, yeah.
You
Definitely.
get paid to be someone else. Every like 6 months, you're someone else for 3 months at a time.
If you're good at it. Otherwise, you're the same person on screen all the time. Like, what's that dude's name?
Like who? Jack Nicholson?
Like Jack Nicholson.
Well,
like
there's
The
a
Rock.
few. There's a few guys
Kevin
that are the same.
Hart.
I'll be honest
Oh
with you.
God, Kevin Hart is the same guy.
Denzel is the same guy in every movie.
Nah, but
Denzel's the same fucking
Hold
guy.
on, no Denzel slander will live here. No Denzel slander will live
Denzel
here.
definitely is the same
Listen,
guy.
Denzel. Listen, you know what it is? Everybody who saw Training Day sees Training Day Denzel in every movie. If you don't, then you didn't fully
Samuel
experience
Jackson?
Training Day. Oh, Samuel L. Jackson's definitely the same guy in every
What
movie.
I was gonna say is Denzel. The only time he was different was in Training Day.
You think so?
Yeah. Every other movie, he's the same.
He definitely is the same.
You telling me he's not the same in Inside
So
Job?
is Samuel Jackson.
Yeah.
He's not the same in Man on Fire.
Yeah.
He's the same guy. Don't get me wrong. He's a badass. To me, Denzel should have had a chance to play James Bond at some point.
Oh yeah.
Ooh. If we had a Denzel James Bond,
Damn. Yeah.
that would have been
would've
lit.
Sick.
That would have
When
been
he was
lit.
in
bro.
shape, maybe like 20 years ago.
Yeah, he would have bodied a James Bond role.
Did Idris Elba do James Bond?
I think they talked
I
about
think they
him
talked
doing
about it, but then they ixnated, I believe.
Really?
I can't. Don't. You know. Let me look.
That would be lit too, man. That would be lit too. I'll take Idris Elba. I mean,
Yep.
you know,
After Idris, we need to get a Puerto Rican guy in there. We need to get a Latino 007.
can we? I don't know if he'll be too short.
I want him to have like an accent and all that.
He'll be too short, bro.
Not
Yeah,
an
but-
English accent. I want him to have like some Latin American country
Yeah.
accent.
He'll have to be like 008. He can't be 007. He'll be 008.
Can we get a Puerto Rican 008?
008. You know, that's what you need, bro. That's definitely what you need.
Yeah. So it says that they're considering. He's on the short list to be the next James Bond. So he's up for
Is
consideration.
John Leguizamo on there?
John Leguizamo's not on it.
John
Okay.
Leguizamo. He's the best. He can't. But Ryan Farrell, shout out to Ryan in the chat. I think when he's saying South Africa, I think he's referring to Elon Musk. But we were talking about Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
Because Elon Musk
maybe
is-
he was. Maybe he was talking about Johnny Depp. Maybe that's
His-
how she transitioned from Johnny Depp to Elon Musk. Whoa.
Because of the accent? Maybe you got a little South African in there?
That weird performance that's going on in that trial is funny though. Johnny Depp is funny. He's like, well, you see, he called the doo a fecal delivery. I died, bro. He called it the fecal delivery, and he said, she blamed it on the dog, and I could not agree. he said I've lived with these dogs, and I've picked up their fun. He said,
Yo, it's so funny because it's like outrageous, right? It doesn't even seem like it's real.
yeah, no, it's like it's the most reality TV thing playing out in front of our eyes that you've ever seen.
This is better than any reality TV on Netflix. And I also want to know, I'm not an attorney, right? We aren't attorneys. But I don't think Amber's team's doing that good of a job.
Well, I
they
got
just
something for
keep
you.
reading
You got something? I got
headlines.
something for you.
They just keep reading headlines to them, and they're like, this book, it says green eggs and ham, doesn't it?
Isn't it true? Isn't it true that the eggs were green?
Okay.
Or was it more ham than eggs?
All right.
How many
Now,
eggs do you scramble? No.
after you ate both said eggs, did you still have eggs? They ask the most ridiculous questions. All their questions are like just questions to make him say yes.
Yeah, isn't it true? You know, isn't it true? Which I guess is like a way that you would formulate a question as an attorney. But to me, it makes no sense because What about the guy that objected to his own question?
The lawyer who objected to his own statement?
The lawyer, he was like, he asked the question. The guy goes to answer the question. He goes, objection, hearsay. and the lawyer goes, you asked the question. And he's like, oh, that's all right.
I will say one thing. Every other second, there's an objection.
Yeah, well, that's kind of court.
Yeah,
in
no,
a sense,
but
you know?
and I think that's that might have been when he did it. Why he did it? I just think it's funny. It almost sounds like they're trying to just get sound bites of him saying yes, that's true. Like they keep asking him questions to like maybe say yes, that's true. And they're gonna chop this up and edit it, and like there's gonna be a whole nother story played.
Well, it's just gonna be written out in the transcript.
That's true.
You know, by the stenographer that the court it'll say like, isn't it true that blah blah blah? And if the guy says yes or could be or something like that, that's what ends up like going into the records. You know,
That's a fact.
But what do you got for us? You were gonna say something?
Yeah, let me just say, yo, shout out my boy Matt in the chat, man. We appreciate you over here. But it was saying, as per Daily Mail, Amber Heard fired her PR team after her psychologist testified that she suffered from 2 personality disorders and painted her as crazy, as the petition that was calling for her to be axed from Aquaman hit 3 million signatures. So she's probably under a lot of stress. And on top of that, if your own psychologist is testifying on record under oath.
Was it her psychologist?
Yes, her PR team after psychologist testified that she saw. Oh no, it doesn't specify whether it's her psychologist or not.
That was a psychologist that was retained by Johnny Depp's legal team as an expert witness.
Yes.
To kind of analyze her. So what she did was she was given access to all of her medical records and her history of her therapy sessions with other clinicians, like psychologists, psychotherapists, and then she had access to them. And then from that point, she drew her own conclusions that Amber Heard definitely exhibits signs and symptoms of these kind of mental whatever.
Split personality.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
Yep.
Who's that other dude that they called in? Who's this new guy that's in there swinging his dick around? We were talking about him earlier.
Oh yeah, his name is Richard like Edward Marks. It's something like that. It's this new guy that was testifying today. I'm gonna I forget his name. If you want to look it up, that's
right here, baby.
Good looks to his. That's he's a guy that is an attorney in Hollywood. And he's got tons of experience, like decades of experience. He's been like an attorney since like the 70s.
What'd they bring him in? Like, what's his expertise? What's his like evaluation for?
He was retained also by Johnny's legal team to as an expert witness in like the damage and things like that can be caused to a person's career in Hollywood based on these types of accusations.
Oh, okay.
And man, when they were first like kind of developing his credibility and building up, like showing like his expertise, the amount of things this guy worked on was so crazy. Mm-hmm. I cannot believe this stuff. Like my girl hit me up and she's like, this dude right now, she's like, is like the godfather of Hollywood. She's like, you got to see this shit. Like, so I started watching it. I pulled it back a little bit and watched a little bit. I watched like from the beginning of his testimony. This guy is the guy that writes the contracts for major films and like TV shows. Like he worked on Netflix projects. He was the one that put together the deal and the contract for Robin Williams to play the Genie in Aladdin, the original cartoon.
Wow.
He was like, it was the first ever animated film where the actor mattered. Yep. He was like, before that, Dumbo was the main character. It wasn't about the voice actor. Mm-hmm. This changed the entire course of animated film and like voiceovers, like voice actors. So he booked that deal. He booked he's the one that got the merchandising deal for George Lucas for Star Wars.
That's crazy.
Like this
guy's
major. He did the deal for George Foreman to do the Foreman grill.
Ooh. Like
this dude is all across every kind of Hollywood deal.
Real quick, who passed up on the Foreman grill?
Actually, it's I don't know if I'm pretty sure this is factual. It was Hulk Hogan and George Foreman. Look this up to us, where they could have either had the George Foreman grill or a blender.
Yeah, and they picked the blender,
and Hulk Hogan picked a blender. And then like George Foreman just knocked it out the park with the George Foreman grill. So just look that up.
Last. Go ahead.
Yeah,
look that up. Make sure I'm not.
It was Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, it was Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan.
Yep. It was 100 million. It says here he made a mistake worth over 100 million by passing on what became the George Foreman grill.
Yeah,
damn, look at that.
But imagine that. Imagine Hulk Hogan in a suit and tie with a grill. Hey, brother,
bro, I'm telling you, it would have been
meat on this.
It would have been red and yellow. The handle would have been like a hearty handle too.
Yep,
Right.
been beefy.
Yeah, 100%.
He's just grabbing the chicken and just shredding it like, rah, rah, like right on camera.
Yeah.
It probably would have flopped, to be honest. I think George Foreman's whole wholesome type of like husband next door, like great dad vibe is what sold that.
Yeah,
It's like, I think that's what really killed it.
I don't know, man. Extreme things sell, man. Look at all the fucking ShamWow shit and the Flex Seal. I don't want to take you too far away from fucking what we were just talking about. The gentleman who was testifying,
His name is Richard Edward Marks.
Yeah, Richard Edward Marks. So
Damn,
He has
that's
50.
crazy.
He has 50 years of experience and negotiated numerous deals. He was hired by Depp's legal team to look at the impact that Heard's interview she did with the Washington Post had on her ex-husband's life and reputation. And he was saying, and in quotes, "My general opinion is the op-ed damaged Mr. Depp, created a cancel situation, if you will, harmed his reputation and his ability to get work in the Hollywood industry." Marks told a Fairfax, Virginia courtroom.
Damn. Where's that from?
That was from The Wrap.
Just want to give them their credit.
Gotcha.
They fucking come over here and try to do us like TMZ did us a couple weeks ago.
yeah. So shout out TMZ for our copyright strike. Lames.
Yeah.
Fucking lames.
TMZ got so much drama. What about somebody else?
Bro, get out of here, man.
Yo, speaking of drama, I don't want to be a guy. I don't want to be a Debbie Gossip or give me a female name with a G. A Giselle Gossip.
Gossiping Gertrude.
Gossiping Gail.
Gossiping Gail.
I
That's
don't want
the
to be a
winner.
Gossiping
Yo,
Gail.
send my check.
You seen the picture? You seen a picture of Skeet Davis with like allegedly Kim and Kanye's like kids' initials tattooed on his neck?
Yeah, sick.
I want to take a look at it. So it seems accurate. I mean, this is like speculation. Somebody caught how crazy are people? They took a picture of him as he was leaving a comedy show, and they happened to zoom in and see this tattoo on his neck.
Well, people are, the internet is a crazy place. Like the second you put something on there, like somebody's gonna look at it and be like, "Oh, you didn't have that tattoo before. That's a new one."
Yeah, but it's like it's tiny.
It is tiny.
This shit is tiny, but it's like, to me,
Yeah, microscopic. Actually,
It looks like the
pretty damn
kids
small.
did it. It's so bad. I wish I would have. I should have had this.
Yo,
And,
imagine just permanent marker. Ooh, plot twist.
yeah, imagine it's like it's henna.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's not a real tattoo.
She's like, "Oh my God, you got my name tattooed on you," like, or my kid's name, my kid's initials. I'm like, that's weird,
Bro, first of all, that's fight territory. You tattoo my kid's name. I mean, if I may, if I'm in a situation that they're in with all the public eyes on me, that's damaging to your credibility as a, as an artist, as a, street guy, whatever type of person you are. It's just damaging because it's bad publicity, and
I just think it's weird because they ain't even been together that long. They haven't even been together. How long have they possibly been together that he's getting her kids?
They're
Like,
not his kids.
yeah, that's weird. Period. Don't put my kids.
It's just
that's
weird,
beef.
yeah.
We're gonna fight. Like we're definitely gonna fight over.
In
it.
his defense, he does have a bunch of shitty tattoos. And when you just are full of shitty tattoos, it's not a big deal to throw another. Because you know what? What's the worst case scenario? You just blast over it. You know, I always say that when people are like, "Oh, I wouldn't get a girl's name tattooed." I mean, listen, if you're fucking tatted, get your girl's fucking name tattooed, and then if it doesn't work out, throw a fucking rose over it, and nobody would ever know.
Yeah,
you know,
you got to go to a good cover-up artist though, and that ain't cheap.
Put the money up.
Yeah,
but to me, it's like he looks like a high school bathroom stall. He looks like a fucking 7th grade desk. Like that shit is terrible. His tats are pretty goddamn horrible.
No, they're abysmal.
They're pretty
they're
damn
pretty bad.
terrible.
Even the new one looks like the kids wrote it. It looks like he was like, "All right, kids, put your first letter right here. The first letter of your name."
What I want to do is I want to pull up that picture.
Oh,
I want to pull that up, man.
he's like, let's practice your penmanship. See what this looks like.
Right.
I just think again. I just think that in no place ever, anytime ever, is it okay to do something like that? Because now you're playing with children, and children have no real say so. You know what I mean?
If they've been together for a long time and he really loves their kids, because I don't got anything against somebody loving somebody else's kids, right? Yeah. You with somebody else, you're even if Kanye's around all the time, if he's around the kids, like that's just happened. Like, you can't, you can't kids, you can't help but to love a kid you're around all the time. You know what I'm saying? Because kids are they're innocent.
Yeah.
So if they were together for a bunch of years and he did this, it wouldn't be that big of a deal in my mind. I'd be like, "Oh, that's sweet." You know what I'm saying? They got two dudes that love them. But it's just weird because it hasn't even. I feel like it's been months.
Yeah,
I don't know. Tell
months?
me, how long is it? How long have they been together?
I think like 8 months.
8 months? I don't
months.
know, man.
Bro, look, I'll tell you right now, like if you look at it, I mean, what are their names? If you look at it, switch to Berto's camera.
Got you.
It's
If you're looking,
Oh yeah, none.
right there,
it's Kim North,
Saint, and then it's like Chipotle and pizza or something like that. Right?
I think the last one is a P, but it's not pronounced like that. What's the kid's name? Swizz.
Yeah, I got
Let
you.
us
It's
know.
Kim, North, Saint, Chicago, and Psalm.
Chicago and Psalm. That's right.
Okay,
It's
You
a
were close
silent
with the
P.
pizza thing.
Yeah, I thought it was like, you know.
That's what I said. The last one's it's
Chicago,
a fucking tricky
Chicago
one. That's what
deep
it is.
dish.
Yeah.
You like what I did with that, right?
Yes, but I don't know. If anything, he might as well have gotten like he should have threw Kanye's name in there too.
That would have really burned Kanye's ass.
He should've
Maybe
threw
that's what the K means.
Yeah, maybe the K stands for Kanye.
Maybe it does.
Yeah,
Maybe it
how
stands for
fucking funny is that text he sent Kanye when he was like, "Yo, hey, what's up, man? It's me, Skeet," and he called himself Skeet.
Yeah.
I'll never get over that shit. That's the funniest
yeah.
shit.
You know what would be crazy, which I wouldn't put it past him, if he went and got Donda tattooed on him.
Nah, all right, that's OD. I don't know.
If he did that, he'd be crossing the line.
Yeah, I think this is so weird to have somebody else's kids' names initials all tattooed. Like, he doesn't have anything to do with any of those children. He's not helping in raising them.
Nope.
He didn't raise them. They're not his kids.
Nope.
And this is, come on, man. You think Kim is gonna stay with this dude?
That's what I'm saying. It's a dirty phase in their Kardashian life right
Yeah,
now.
it is.
They all got a dirty one. Every single one of them. They all got and one dirtier than the other. Listen, Courtney's got what's his guy? Travis Barker.
Yeah,
right.
Travis Barker.
He's dirty looking. We all talked about if each one of us had to wear one of these guys' sweaters, which one would we wear? Travis Barker.
I'd be cold. I'll just be cold.
Yeah, no, man. The other one's got Machine Gun. No, Machine Gun Kelly's with Megan.
Megan
Fox?
Fox, yes, Megan Fox.
Who's the other guy that?
No, it's Pete. Dave. No, Machine Gun Kelly and Travis Barker are like besties right now.
Okay, but it's
And then-
Travis Barker, Skeet Davis, son.
Davidson.
You got Kylie. I think is still with Travis.
Kylie's with Travis.
With Travis. Travis Scott.
Listen,
Yeah,
my man-
he's not that dirty
Nah,
looking.
my man Travis does look dusty. That's my man's, but he still look dusty.
I don't think he's associated with the brand that I'm putting out there.
No,
These
he's
dirty
definitely not.
guys.
He's definitely
like Pete.
He's like grunge. You know what I'm saying? He's like grungy. He's not dirty. He's grungy. You know what that
Yeah.
is? Grungy is like
I
when you
thought
wake
those
up
a lot.
grungy is like when you wake up the next day and you grab the pizza box from off the floor and you eat a slice of pizza. Like, that's grungy. Dirty is like somebody stepped on a pizza and you picked it up and ate it. Anyway.
Dirty's like there's no pizza box.
Yeah.
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 Well, is it?
Dirty is the same scenario with no pizza box.
Facts.
That's fact.
100%.
That's 100%.
And a sock on it.
Ugh. Yeah,
But
I don't know.
yeah, I don't know. I don't understand what's going on. I mean, I think that's what happens when you're just exposed to so much over time that then it's just like, regular people don't do it for me anymore.
Yeah.
But this isn't gonna last.
Nope.
No,
It's not gonna last.
last.
Like, come on, bro. That's
No, 100% not gonna. Well, I don't even care. I don't want to make it sound like I'm praying for their downfall. I really don't give a fuck.
I'm not praying for their downfall. I'm just making an honest observation.
Yeah, but I don't believe. But not a lot of these like big relationships really do last, right? Tell me a relationship that we could all think of that's like, two people, celebrities, both of them, and they're genuinely been together for a long time. Let's just leave one that's really good that we're all going to guess out of this: Will Smith and Jada.
Yeah,
They're obviously the pinnacle of a modern day celeb relationship.
I think Jay and Beyonce.
Okay, that's one. Damn.
Wait.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And with Jay and Beyonce, I mean, and just for my own clarification, so Berto, you're saying like that didn't have no drama, or just that are together now?
There's drama in every
There's drama in
relationship.
every
Okay.
there's drama in every single relationship.
making sure.
If I was a celebrity, I'd be on the front page news all the time. There's drama in everybody's situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
And because they make little things, they take the littlest things and they make them big. Like little tiny things that happen in their relationships, the media will blow it up. That's what I mean.
yeah, like they would have been. This whole thing would have been under wraps. The issues that they had, if Solange could halfway not be a crazy ratchet psychopath. That's what blew this whole thing up, was that elevator footage.
Oh yeah.
And then everybody started digging to find out what caused that outburst.
Yep.
And then that's what
Yeah,
ended
what's up
up.
with the elevators and celebrities, bro? Jay-Z, Beyonce, and Solange in the elevator. Quavo and Sweetie in the elevator. What's that football player who OD'd?
Yo, that was just gonna say there was a football player that beat the brakes off some
That
chick
was fucking
in the
terrible,
elevator.
Disgusting,
bro.
Yeah.
That was terrible, bro. I think that CTE's got to be involved in
Who
some
was
of that
that?
shit.
Oh man, what's his name?
I forget who that was, but that was awful, yo. That was awful. I think if you beat a woman like that, especially if you're a professional size athlete, you need to do you need to do 10 years for that.
I think it's crazy. And you know what's crazy is that
Easy.
Yeah, so
didn't she? Go ahead.
Zach Stacy. Oh no! I'm sorry. No. Zach Stacy was the NFL player that
Beat up his girl in the
girlfriend
house.
in the house in front of the baby.
You ever see that?
That was absolutely disgusting. It was Ray Rice. Ray Rice is the one
That's
that
right.
like punched his wife in the elevator. It was his wife.
And he hit her, I think, once and knocked her out,
Yeah,
right?
he like I don't know if he knocked
Something
her out,
like
but I
that.
know
And then he like dragged her out of the elevator.
Yeah, I remember her getting dragged out.
Yo, that other dude in the house, bro, in front of the baby, it was awful.
There was
bro.
footage.
Oh, yeah.
there was footage.
Oh yeah, bro. He like was picking her up and throwing her
yeah.
like into the TV. She like broke the TV. It looked like a superhero fight.
Yeah.
It looked like a Marvel movie.
Don't make me
You know, I'm
laugh.
not trying to laugh because it's not funny, but that's what it looked like. It looked like a movie scene. I was like, how can this be a real thing? How can this guy do this? I was like,
Yeah,
this
that's
is
a fact.
crazy. It really looked like some Avengers shit. That shit was terrible.
It's disgusting. California was recently this weekend completely 100% powered by renewable energy. Not for a very long time, but they got to 100% renewable energy usage.
What were they doing? Like strapping like solar panels to homeless people
Yeah, no,
and having them just walk around?
they're definitely kidnapping those dudes and doing weird shit to them 100%.
Yeah, Skid Row is definitely like an experimental like hunting ground.
It's undoubtable that they're pulling those dudes into vans, taking them into people's basements and like doing weird shit to them. But no, this was it's all renewable energy. So some of it was wind energy, some of it was solar panels, some of it was other forms of renewable energy
Yep.
that are not solar panels and windmills.
Yeah.
So
A hamster
Yeah.
or a homeless person spinning a wheel somewhere. But it's super cool.
they got what's her name? Who's that champion swimmer that everybody's crying about because she's just better than everyone?
Oh, I know exactly who you're talking about. The college swimmer, the NCAA fucking number one swimmer.
Who's that swimmer that everybody's just jealous of?
Yeah, they got her swimming and they're just getting power off
She's
her.
just in one of those like treadmill pools. You know, one of those like one of those pools that doesn't end.
Yeah.
They're just mad. Try harder.
jealous bitches. Anyways, yeah, they got her. Can you imagine? Now that I'm thinking about putting people on treadmills and shit like that, can you imagine if that was like your prison sentence? They were like, listen, you could do 10 years or you could do 5 years on the treadmill. What do you want to do?
Yeah, on the treadmill. Listen, man.
And it generates power.
Nah, you would definitely see like a shift in who gets locked up. Like they'd be locking up Kenyans, like for anything, for anything they could find. Those are the best long distance runners on the planet. They'd be finding reasons to incarcerate them like left and right. You'd be like, why has the entire jail population shifted to only Kenyan gentlemen?
What's happening
Yeah,
here?
no way. You can't ever have nobody powering shit on a treadmill.
Powers
bro.
through the roof. Nobody got power bills anymore.
Yeah, no way.
Something's up with it.
No,
Yeah,
but
you can't do that.
But just to get back to the topic at hand, it is super interesting and it's super cool to see like something like that happen, even if it's not for long, right? Because this just means that it's like a first step.
Yep.
Exactly. This is like a milestone in that progress. But I wonder if it's also true. If something really, if it really happened this way, because I know there's a big movement to make that a thing that's possible.
Yep.
So I definitely get what you're saying. Some of these things are monitored by, and these things are obviously also corruptible, right? So I'm not saying that this is a true because of this, but these things are monitored by third-party companies, similar to the way healthcare institutions are monitored by third-party companies, and they get accreditations. The article that I read was one of these third-party independent companies that monitors renewable energy in different states.
But are they independent? Who pays them?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Who pays them?
I don't know
That's
who
my
pays
question.
them. I don't know who
follow
pays-
the money.
Yeah,
If they-
I don't know who pays them.
it's about monetization.
Yeah, listen. It's definitely about money. One of the things I will say is somebody who
Who gets money?
I'm broke, baby. But somebody that kind of dabbles in that industry, I do know that the big push for the United States in general, but for a lot of different states, is to try to go fully renewable. And some of them are putting dates by 2050. And I think people should really pay attention to things like this, because this sets the precedent for what the expectation is going to be. I've heard rumors of they're not going to allow people to sell their homes unless they're fully, they're fully fossil fuel free. So no oils, no gas. Your house has to run on electric in order for you to sell it by a certain date. And I don't believe. So the thing with this is, there's going to be lawsuits out the wazoo. There's going to be a lot of fighting, kicking, screaming. There's going to be a lot of growing pains. But ultimately, this is the government. So really, if the government gets down to it, if they really want to, you know what I mean?
Well, it makes sense that in the far, very, 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 very far future, that things like that happen, right? When everybody else is electric and you're the only one that's like still running on fossil fuels, that you would have to. It happens right now. Mm-hmm. There are things that were code 20 years ago that are no longer up to code, and before you sell your home, you have to make those renovations because it's not safe for the new person that's going to come in.
True.
So it's it's not illogical to think that things like that would happen. But more importantly, in states like California, where they have all these issues with emissions, it's great. It's cool, as long as there's obviously no foul play. The idea of renewable energy for me is cool.
Yeah, I think it's cool. Again, I just wonder who's getting paid.
I mean,
yeah, 100%, right? Because someone's got to get. There's got to. It goes both ways, right?
You're gonna find out that like Gavin Newsom has like his nephew is a big like solar panel installation service or something like that, or he's got like a lot of stock, or like other California politicians like that are based out there have or ones that are connected to their that they have their interests in mind, are somehow involved in this kind of product.
And it also makes you think of like what the future holds for us, right? And what people could look into doing for the future, right? But solar is big. Like, there's a reason why every time you go to Home Depot, there's a guy in a blue shirt trying to fucking sell you solar.
Yeah.
Like, that it's right now, a lot of houses have it, but there's going to come to a point where every house has it. And, with companies like Tesla, have you ever seen a Tesla roof? The Tesla roof is fucking fire. The Tesla roof, they're shingles.
Yeah.
So you change your whole entire roof to like this, to a solar panel. Yep. It's not like the ones that just like they lay out. It's like the shingles themselves.
Yeah, absorb the energy.
Are solar panels.
That's cool. Then my question becomes like, how much does it cost to repair these things? If something goes wrong, what happens?
Solar panels are actually very, very, very sturdy, and they last like 40 years. You can walk on them and everything.
Yeah,
they're not like fragile objects. Now, and what's cool about not just renewable energy, but banking energy is me and Justin were talking about this earlier. Is that when you have some batteries on the side of your house, whether they're Tesla batteries or Duracell batteries, right? Mm-hmm. Just batteries in general, like storage. You can store your own energy and be self-sufficient for, a complete 24 hours, because when the sun goes down, now you're using from your surplus, right? And still make enough energy, depending on where you live and how the sun is, so on and so forth, to sell back to the company, to the electrical company.
Yeah, I think they've shifted from that though. I don't believe that's their business plan anymore. I was speaking actually my neighbor, my boy, shout out to him, and he was talking about how he was thinking about getting panels, and that maybe I should look into getting panels. And we were just talking about the differences in prices and stuff like that. And I was like, yeah, so you get a battery. And he was like, well, no, what happens is it's something like it's direct.
If you don't have a battery and you're using and you have enough power to power your home, it will start sending energy back. And that's how you get credits for that.
Exactly.
You get credited for it, right?
Yep.
And then when your bill comes, if you whatever energy you use minus the credits, because there's days it's not going to be sunny, right? There's days it's going to rain, so on and so forth. So there's a give and take. So then at the end of the month, maybe you end up with a $50 bill, and then you get $40 in credit, and then your bill's $10.
Yep.
However, if you have a unit that houses like a battery that you charge throughout the day, then that doesn't happen, because when you're not using, when it's cloudy, rainy, or nighttime, you're using from that surplus.
Yeah, exactly.
Gotcha. That makes sense. Then I wonder, like, what do you do with the batteries? when they go bad or something like that. Like I'm sure that shit is impossible to dispose of in a safe way.
Yep.
Well, that's another question, right?
The panels as well.
What is it? And the panels.
You're making batteries. You're making panels. Do the creation of these devices create more carbon than you're saving by using them?
Exactly.
Right? And I don't think that many people are asking that question. And I don't even think that there's anybody's willing to talk about it. I've heard it before, but I haven't heard anybody give me a really good reason saying like, no, it doesn't create that much carbon to create solar panels or to create this or this or that. And because they're not forever.
No, they're not.
Yeah.
They last you a very long time, but they're not forever.
Yeah, they're not forever.
And when you're done with them, that's a lot of plastic to throw into the ocean, right? I don't care how many one of those fucking machines you got that's sucking up all this garbage.
Yeah.
It's going to take you a while to get all
That's
this
a big ass
fucking-
panel. I ain't gonna suck up that panel.
I mean, because there's a lot of things like that. Like I knew somebody that worked on those windmills, those big like turbines.
Yep.
And they say that those turbines take more energy to make than they'll ever put out, like in the entire time they're in use. In terms of man hours, in terms of everything, like the amount of resources it takes to get one of those things up and running, it's not even worth it. You're like breaking even.
Yeah.
At the end.
Listen, I can't say that. What I will say is this. My main concern is, one of my main fears is, being somebody that knows a little bit about the other side of the industry, is consistency. Like Berto said, there's going to be days where there isn't any sun. There's going to be days where it rains, and days when the grid needs more power. Where are we going to get that power from if we do away with all the things that supplies with energy now? I think cancel culture, and I think just media in general paints this picture to people that fossil fuels are bad. Fossil fuels aren't necessarily bad. I think it's us as people that use things irresponsibly, whether it's from the sun, whether or not, because. Perfect example, like you said, if we get panels on top of our roofs, but the carbon footprint is way worse than when we have to dispose of them than before, then maybe our system isn't botched. We're just using our system the wrong way. You know what I mean? And I'm not here to advocate one way or the other way, because I know how I feel, but I just think, like I said, people should really pay attention to things like this, because this is a footstep in a direction to which we could be going renewable, which is cool. But I think people should also be very aware of what's going on around them and the things that are changing, because
you gotta ask questions.
Yeah, you definitely have to ask questions.
Comes down to.
But I look at it from multiple perspectives.
Like who put the shit in the bed? You got to ask questions.
Yeah, 100%. Was that really that dog?
Doubtful.
I doubt it, but I look at it from multiple perspectives, right? It's kind of like society advancing, right? Going to like an infinite power source. It also gives you more options, right? Because there's Stitcher, it doesn't mean that you don't have to listen to our podcast on Apple Podcasts or Spotify anymore. It means that you have another option. You can listen to us on Apple Podcasts, you can listen to us on Stitcher, you can listen to us on Spotify. It's just another option, right? I don't think that because of this, all of this has to go away. Gas has to go away. This has to go away. It could limit it, and then it offsets the amount of people using it, which thus forth may give us a cleaner fucking ozone or something like that.
But the problem is, you see, Gavin Newsom is already doing away with any kind of in California with
that's
any
what I'm trying to tell
any kind of device that utilizes petrol.
Yeah.
Like small devices are already outlawed. Like you can't have a gas lawnmower.
Yeah.
You can't have like a gas weed whacker.
How can you not have a gas lawnmower? Has anybody ever tried to cut grass? First of all, there's hundreds of businesses that depend on just landscaping businesses alone.
Yep.
That depend on their equipment to work. Like if these guys have to now upgrade to or now not even upgrade, downgrade to electric devices,
Yep.
it's going to completely change the way they operate.
Yeah, and this is the stuff that makes me just think that who's getting paid.
Exactly.
Because
Follow
if you were to sit back and look, like with common sense, he should understand that he's going to crush a ton of businesses by doing this.
Yep.
He's going to not only affect them financially, like they're going to have to buy new equipment, but he's also going to they're going to have to solve this puzzle.
Yep.
Because it might not be, they're going to have, let's say they have rechargeable devices or whatever. Those aren't going to last a full workday. Nope. They're going to have to be plugging those things in and recharging them and stuff. It's going to change the entire process by which they achieve, their maximum output or revenue.
Yeah, and while I agree that electric cars are great or whatever, I don't believe they're at the point to completely replace our cars yet, right? You can't do the kind of road trip that you could do in a car. It's just not going to happen.
Nope.
I don't care how fast you tell me your Tesla charges and how much you paid for the extended range. You're not doing New York to Florida in 18 hours or 19 hours. You're not. It's not happening. You're going to pull over and have to plug in. And yeah, maybe you're only down. I don't give a fuck if you could play video games while you sit there and charge your fucking thing. It's like none of that makes up for like going somewhere and like being at your own, like going somewhere at your own will, being in one of those cars and taking a road trip is almost like taking a train. You got to wait for that shit, right?
Yep. That's
how
fine,
much does that suck? Like, we know it as people who are from the island going into Manhattan. It sucks waiting for that train. It sucks even more waiting for the train back home.
Yep.
And that's what it's like taking a road trip in a electric car, right?
Yeah.
In a non-hybrid car.
And shit happens. Like, how many times you forget to plug your phone in when you wake up in the morning?
Yeah.
You wake up in the morning, you're like, oh, shit, I didn't charge my phone or whatever. Now, let's say that oh, shit, I forgot to charge my car. Now I got to call my boss because I'm be late to work.
Yeah.
Or whatever. You know what I mean?
Fifth time this week, huh, Justin?
I think they're cool as fuck, right? They're definitely cool.
I don't
just
like the
think
Tesla plaid.
California's way too big to, make these guys limited to 350 miles, at range. And that's for a nice one.
Yeah, but they spend it all on traffic.
Yeah, exactly.
They spend it all on traffic.
Exactly, bro. It's
Well, when Elon gives them that tunnel, it's going to solve all those fucking problems.
yeah, man. He gives me that tunnel. Man, I want Eli to get a decent looking woman. I'm like, bro, you got all this money. There's no hope for guys out there. If you got all this money,
Nah, bro,
Well, the
listen.
problem is he was a herb before he got the money.
That's
and
it.
Money just exaggerates things.
You know what's up.
So if he was a herb before he got the money, then he gets all this money. Now he's just a herb with a bunch of money.
that's it. Shout out Andrew Tate. You already know what it is. If you were a G before you got the money, then you're a big G, top G when you get the money.
100%.
Now, if you were a nerd, if you're
Tell him, Justin.
if you're a freaking nerd before you get the money, now you're just a nerd with a lot of money. That's all that is. You know what I mean? So that just goes to show you end up with a girl like Grimes. Even if you got $400 billion, you got $400 billion, you get stuck with Grimes.
But didn't he have, wasn't he with Amber Heard?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
she's
What
not.
what a better option.
Yeah.
She's not.
I'd rather have the two
Yeah, she's a
that
good
he's got
looker,
right
though.
now.
You want Pooh Girl or you want,
Yo, are all his kids with that same girl?
Yeah, AX, whatever. Yeah, they are.
All his kids are with.
I don't
with
think so. He's
Grimes?
got 8 kids.
Wait, who? Wait.
Elon Musk.
Elon got 8 kids?
He's got like 8 kids.
You're a fact checker, man. You're the fact checker. Look it up. Look it up.
I am, but I'm just saying. I thought my man's only had 2. I'm super late on that.
No.
Elon, you know what it is? Pause. Elon does not interest me. Like his life doesn't interest me. Honestly.
And in your defense, to be completely honest with you, I have no idea how many kids he has.
Yo, if he has 8 kids, I'm gonna be tight. If he only has 2 kids, I'm gonna kick you.
I think he has 8, and they're all named like E equals MC squared and like Pythagorean theorem. It's
He has
very
7
weird.
children.
Yeah, it's very weird. I know Spaz is in support of he's all techie and he's in support of these electric cars, but I'm not into a vehicle that they could just shut down because they don't like what I said on my podcast.
Well, it's not even about that. I don't like that part of it either. But he says, how many times do you drive 300 plus hours without stopping for a few minutes for food? 300 plus miles, which is what I think he meant to say. Even the when I do stop for food, first of all, I don't really, when I'm driving places, I like getting to where I have to go. I don't like stopping and fucking around. Because it's just longer it's taking me to get there.
Yeah.
I used to drive to Massachusetts like every other week.
Facts.
And I never stop. I just keep driving until I get there. I only stop for gas. And I didn't have to stop for gas because it was within the range of my automobile. But if I'm going somewhere that's far, I'm not stopping. That's something that passengers like to do. Let's stop and stretch and hang out. No, I got to drive. I got a job. I don't want to be working longer unnecessarily.
And if you do stop, how often is there a goddamn electric car charging station there?
I will tell you one thing. On the highways, they're everywhere. Like on the interstates,
Yeah.
every rest stop, they have them shits.
And how long does it take for the vehicle to charge?
They do charge pretty quickly.
What's
but
quickly? It needs to be 10 minutes.
It's not that fast. That's
No.
where I'm getting to. It's not that fast. Twiz, what's the charge time on the...
Supercharger is 15 minutes.
To charge an entire Tesla vehicle?
I believe so. Yeah, Supercharger is 15 minutes, but you have to pay for that one.
How much you paying?
Hold on, let me pull that up.
If the supercharger is 15 minutes, I take back everything I said.
Yeah,
Hold
but
on,
how
let
often
me-
are you
let me-
stopping?
Let me fact check.
That's my question.
Well, the range is I think for the ball-in one, and Twiz has to tell us if this is true. I think for the ball-in one, you get like 300 plus.
But what's the balling one? Nobody's getting the balling one.
People are getting it. Not many people are getting it.
Yeah, the ballers are getting it.
Yeah. I think that the standard, maybe you get like 150.
150 miles?
It's good for a daily driver. For 100, because you got to think about it. When you drive, most people drive to work. You're not driving 75 miles to work. So that'll get you back and forth.
I'm driving that much for work.
Yeah, but most people aren't. The average Joe isn't. Let's hear it, Twiz.
So the Tesla Supercharger is the fastest charging option when you're away from home, allowing you to charge your car up to 200 miles in 15 minutes. And I think depending on the model you have, I think they're around like 300, 315 or something like that. I know I actually have, for some reason, I have a bunch of friends that have Teslas.
I take back everything I said.
What? I mean,
I stand corrected.
I still think that's whack, bro. I'm not. You got to remember, getting gas takes 3 minutes flat. Especially if you're paying with your card, it's 3 minutes to 5 minutes flat.
Well, you wouldn't. It definitely makes the trip longer, right? Because you wouldn't have to stop that often. Most cars, if you get a range of, what was the average range?
200 miles in 15 minutes for this.
If you get like a car that's 200 miles, that the range is 200 miles, like most cars give you more than that in a full tank.
Yeah, most definitely. Mine is like pretty much 400. I'm like double that in 3 minutes. So, you know.
So I will give you the fact that the 15 minutes is fast. It is longer than it would take me to get gas. Mm-hmm. And when I stop and eat, I don't ever stop and eat inside the place. I'm grabbing my food. Everybody get your ass back in the car.
Yeah,
and let's fucking hit the streets.
Yeah, we're eating on the road.
Yeah, because we're not there yet. Why are we stopping and hanging out?
Exactly.
We're not there yet.
Yeah, and I'm just not into the control that you relinquish when you're using an electric vehicle.
Yep.
Like, I don't like that.
The possibility is there. Like, I don't think that it exists right now, but the possibility is out there where, because these things are electric and they're on like a network, that maybe, you know, and not even maybe, this is something that's, you know, possibly that's feasible, which is maybe, you know, they could just turn it off.
Yep.
You know, oh, you can't drive today. You remember? So I don't know if you knew this, but during the pandemic, I don't even know if I should have said that word.
You shouldn't have. But go ahead.
During the shmamic, when in different places you can only drive on certain days. So my dad lives in Puerto Rico. If your license plate ended with an even number, you drive on, you know, number 1 day. If your license plate number ends with an odd number, you drive on number 2 day every other day, and then nobody leaves on Sundays. That was the pandemic like guidelines. So
just gonna say that again.
I'm sorry, yeah.
So go ahead.
We're deep into we're an hour in. I don't think it's gonna affect us today. So, anyways, with electric cars, if this like, because this is something I read online that people were worried about, you know, the government coming in and having controls of all these electric vehicles, which isn't too far fetched of an idea.
Of course not.
You know,
iRobot.
Instead of them telling you that you can't, they'll just make it so that your car doesn't turn on those days.
Yeah, they'll just make it so your car doesn't turn off. Like, I'm sure they'll give police access to disarm your vehicle.
Yep.
You know, I'm sure the police will be able to stop your car. Not that I'm saying people should run from the law, but, you know, if you don't want to stop, if you don't feel safe to stop, I'm not stopping.
If
like,
I'm looking for help.
Yeah, or if I'm looking for a well-lit area, I'm not pulling off on some shady side block for you to do whatever you want to me as a police officer. I'm going to pull over somewhere where there's people. I'm going to pull over somewhere where it's well-lit. You know, that's what I'm doing.
Or it's not even the police, and it's somebody that's crafty with the laptop, and they got something that, you know, hacks into it, and they pull people, and they shut you down and rob you, or whatever the case may be. You see how clever people get with identity fraud and credit card scheme now.
Yeah, for sure.
Every trapper in Chicago got a fucking embossing machine.
Yeah, no, you're right.
So it's like there are those you know, there is that perspective, which I could totally understand, right? I don't think it's too extreme.
Yo, imagine that. Imagine you get home from work, you worked all day, worked a double, you're tired, you plug up your car, you go in the house, take a shower, lay down. Somebody walks over the laptop, clickety clack, doop. Door pops open, they jump in, press ignition, back out nice and silently. It's not like it's a loud motor.
It's not loud at all. It's silent.
Back out silently.
Yeah.
Drive down a block in a breeze. Imagine.
Yeah, I'm sure that shit exists.
Yo, it wouldn't be going in 60 seconds anymore. It'll be going in 0.3 seconds.
Yeah, I'm sure that shit exists. Someone got like a little magical box, and they just run up next to the car, and they did, and it just opens up for them.
Oh, for sure. I want to know how many people's baby's mom is going to be unplugging their whip at nighttime. Like, you ain't going nowhere.
You can't unplug it. You can't unplug it.
What do you mean?
You can't. When the car's locked, you cannot unplug it. They design it they're very cool cars.
Nice.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, when a car's locked, you can't pull the charging cable out, so people can't come up to your car and just unplug you.
No, I'm talking about somebody's baby's mom. Like if like
Nobody can. No, when
she'll just unlock it.
She's just gonna get the keys. Yeah.
Oh, well, that could happen. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. In
Click,
that
click.
case, she could do whatever she wants. She could take it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She could take it. But yeah, I don't know. I don't want to bash on fucking Teslas. I think they're cool, but
I think Teslas are really cool.
I think they're super cool, but at the end of the day, like I always want a gas car. Like even if I had a Tesla, I would still want
Keep a
something
gas
on the side.
car.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
agree. I agree
100%.
100%.
Gotta keep- yeah.
I don't think you should have like electric cars exclusively. I think that everybody should keep a gas car.
Yeah.
I most,
you know.
I most definitely agree.
You know, that's my take anyway. I don't know.
Yep.
I just want to make sure we went through everything in the title.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
let me take a quick moment. I just want to shout out
go ahead,
everybody
bro.
that was in the chat today, man. Yo, shout out Mo, shout out Kev, shout out Basics, baby, shout out Matt, shout out Spaz. I know you got here a little late, but we still love you. Juan and Ryan, we appreciate y'all for jumping in, and everybody else that that jumped in and was rocking with us today. We appreciate y'all.
Absolutely.
Gotta give trophies while we're still in the game and give flowers while you're still here. You feel me?
That's right. So please throw give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. If you're still here, please, man, throw a comment in there. Subscribe to the channel, and also shout out to Basics New York. That's in the that's in the chat. He was actually that's a company, a streetwear brand that's owned by a gentleman by the name of Xavier Hubbard. That's been worn by some pretty influential people in the game, including Rick Ross, and he was actually a guest of ours on episode 83. So if you guys are interested in what he said, he had a lot of cool insight and stuff like that into the into the game and starting a business and stuff, including losses and how he actually got his products to these people like Rick Ross. It's a really super interesting interview. So if you guys have time, check out episode 83 if you want to get a little background on the Basics New York.
Lastly, segment suggestions. If you guys are still rocking with us, or you're still here with us at the end of the video, we appreciate it. Let us know if you guys any interesting segments you could think of that you guys want us to do, because one of the things that we want to begin doing after conversations this weekend with other people is possibly introduce some segments to the show to bring some we're just thinking about doing segments. That's it.
Yeah. And one more thing, quick promo for the episode this Thursday coming up. This Thursday, we're going to be going on a little bit later than we usually do. We usually go on about 6:30, 7 o'clock. We're going to be going on a little bit closer to around 8, maybe even a little bit after. So we want you guys to rock with us. We're going to have a very special guest. His name is, he goes by Rookie in these streets. Goes by Rook. Is also my buddy John Rivera. He's an incredible barber. He has a mobile barber business known as the NY Barber. You could check him out on Instagram. You could see where he's at. And he's gonna be on here on Thursday. So he's gonna be on here to talk. We're gonna have it's gonna be a good time. So if you guys want to check us out again a little bit later this Thursday for the live stream, and we're gonna have a special guest, the NY Barber. So make sure you guys check it out.
That's time.
That's it.
That's what we got, yo.
Masters and None, episode 95.
95 to infinity.
Yeah,
Have a great
that's
night,
it.
guys.
Road to 100. Please like, subscribe, tell your friends. That's it.
Oye, te hablo desde la prisión, Wilson Mayoma.